Hello, fellow masters and princesses. My name is Alan. Welcome back to my channel, or if you have not been here before, welcome. So today is a special day. Besides it being Father's Day, Happy Father's Day to everybody. We're gonna be reacting to Kanami, a documentary that was updated about a year ago. So Orange, Casper, and the crew kind of like did a series of documentary about Bandmaid's members last year, and I've watched all of them, and they're so well done and informative, and just I had a lot of fun watching and learning from this documentary. So they started updating those. This is about a couple of weeks ago. They started with Kanami, so this is gonna be Kanami's documentary, an update from last year. So really looking forward to it and see kind of like what updates that they came up with. So that's what we're doing today. If you guys don't know this about me, I have been reacting to Bandmaid for a couple of years now. I love Bandmaid, and I love each members just equally. I just love everybody in Bandmaid. But I do have a favorite, and that's Kanami. I just love Kanami. I love her playing. I love her songwriting, and even her quirky, sometimes strange personality. I just love everything about her, even the way she moves on stage. And I guess love makes you blind, and that's kind of like the case between me and Kanami and the rest of Bandmate is concerned. So that's what we're doing today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is about 30 minutes long, so buckle
Welcome
up.
to Kanagawa Prefecture in the Tokyo area, a mixture of heavily urbanized areas, farmlands, and mountains, punctuated by the tourist destinations of Kamakura, Enoshima, and Hakone.
It's beautiful over there.
Its
Just
capital,
like most of
Yokohama,
Japan.
is the second biggest city in Japan and a port city, well known all over the world.
Yep.
Kanami was born in this prefecture near Yokohama on September 28th. Being the youngest child of her family with an older brother and sister. As both of her siblings were already learning piano, Kanami's mother asked her to learn piano as well. But she also liked to borrow and play with her brother's airsoft gun. Her parents wanted Kanami to try various activities like ballet, calligraphy, and English to
I
name
want
a
to see
few.
Kanami do ballet.
Over the years, Kanami continued to learn piano as she has a natural talent for it and really loves playing. A passion that she shared multiple times on social media. Kanami confessed that from her childhood to her junior high school years, she only listened to classical music and was very influenced by Chopin. Kanami plays piano for the introduction of the song Start Over.
Before we get to that one, man, and I think that's the reason why Kanami is also so different. Just the way she was brought up, her upbringing, listening to mostly classical music, playing the piano, studying ballet, and she pretty much that's all she listened to is classical music up to her junior high in high school. So that I think kind of contributed on the way she writes songs. She kind of like approaches her songwriting, which makes it just very interesting, and it sounds great. I mean, I would love for Konami to just come up with a piano version of all the songs that she's written in an album. I would just love to listen to that. It just sounds so good and just so relaxing. Nice.
She also performed the introduction of Daydreaming on piano live multiple
I
times.
have not seen this, and I wish I would see it one day.
In her interviews, Konami describes herself as tenin in Japanese, which is translated as natural funny man. Tenin literally means nature or natural. The word has been shortened from tenenboke. In Japan, there is a traditional comedy act known as manzai, where the humor comes from the interaction between a straight man and a funny man, not unlike the double act comedy in the West with Laurel and Hardy, for example, or Abbott and Costello. The funny man being the comic character as opposed to the straight man in this comedy duo.
They still do this a lot in Japan.
どうぞ。じゃあみんちょクイズ教えてぽ。
はい、私の野望についてです。一つがさいちゃんと結婚すること、そしてもう一つは何でしょうか。
待って、さらっと野望がね、さいちゃんと結婚することってさ
Lisa's
らっと
dying
言
over
った
there.
さて、さあ、みんちょのマイブームは何ですかぽ。
はい、
The look on
みんちょのマイブ
Psyche's
ームは
face.
ミサしか見れないインスタのアカウントをやってるんですけど、自分が
ミサ限定なの。
ミサしか見れないからフォロワーもミサしかいない。
そのアカウントなんで。
Oh,
それで
jeez.
ご飯を作ったら
And she's saying all this
そこ
with a
に
straight
載せ
face,
て
mind you.
で、偉いって書いたりしたらミサが偉いねってコメント。
She's so supportive. I love it. But they're all like that.
作ったっぽ。
こうやってね、ご飯作ったら並んでいくじゃん。でそれでちゃんと手料理を作るっていうモチベーションを上げるためにやっております。素敵なマイブームだね。ありがとう。
なんでミサ一人なんだ。
Psyche does that with her compositions too.
ミサ
So
はね、偉いねって褒めてくれる。
褒めてくれるから。
we all need that.
あ、なるほどね。絶対ミサちゃんだったらいいねってしてくれるからってこと。はいはい。でそれをさいちゃんには見せないと。
見てくれる？
じゃあミサちゃんこれからも頑張ってください。
全員いいねしてるから。
全員いいね。
ありがとう。
In
Thank you,
Kanami's
Misa.
case, her funny talk is not deliberate, but natural. It's like that friend you have who is smart, but naturally strange in a funny way, if that makes sense.
ありがとうございます。
That's the thing with Kanami, and that's what kind of like what I love about her. Nothing pretentious about her. There's no ego. She is who she is, and she doesn't care. She has no time for. I feel like sometimes Mincho appears strange or out there, right? Just because I feel like her brain, just the way it works, she's constantly creating music, hearing music, making melodies and riffs in her head. And that's constant. I think that's always in her head. And I think even when she's like in interviews or in a social setting, she can't help and she can't turn that off. So I feel like this is kind of like what makes her seem kind of like strange or kind of like not there in person. Like I feel like she's kind of like chasing butterflies or she's kind of like floating in her own world through music. And this is kind of like the reason why she's there physically, like in this interview, but mentally she's not really there. She's kind of like thinking about other things. She can't be bothered about the fashion and what people think about her. I just think that, well, besides her bandmates, but I feel like this is the reason why she would appear sometimes like airheaded, like her bandmates kind of like called her before, and also kind of like just strange. But that's also the reason why I like love her so much. She's just real.
面接じゃないんですよ。
They like to make fun of her, but she doesn't
Psyche
take
and
herself
Miku talked
seriously,
about
so it's
Kanami during an
okay.
episode of the radio show BAND-MAID Nippon.
まずはじゃあギターのかなみちゃん。
はい。
かなみちゃんもねちょっと
なんで
とても不思議な感じなんですよ。なんだろう小鳩が
Everybody's
多分
strange
一
in
番バン
BAND-MAID,
ド
by
メ
the
イド
way.
でやばいって
You don't know.
思われてるんですけどぽかなみちゃんもなかなかだと小鳩は思うぽ
それは同感です。
ね同感でしょぽ
なんかね、かなみちゃんはあれなんだよね。二面性があるっていう
二面性そうだっぱね
言い方していいの？
うんなんか普段は本当にふわふわしててすごくなんだろうほんわかしたねお嬢様みたいな、
お姫様みたい。
あそうだっぱね
おとぎの国のお姫様みたいな。
眠ってそう。
あ、そう、眠り姫っぽい。
ぽい。
なんかおしとやかなお姫様って感じ
そうだぽね
なんですけ。ど、
なんか小鳥たちとかと遊んでそうなイメージだぽ。森の中で。
There was also a moment during the US tour in 2022 where Kanami introduced herself for the second time when the crowd was calling her name.
I love her duality. Yes, you are. One and only. I love her duality, is what I'm trying to say earlier.
In senior high school, Kanami joined a popular music club as a keyboardist, but started to learn guitar a few months later after watching a senior
I'm glad she
classmate
did.
play. Kanami wanted to play guitar to look cool in the eyes of the other girls. And it worked.
ギターを弾いてるかなみ先輩ってかっこいいよねって言ってもらえるようになって、それが気持ちよくてずっとギターを弾いてました。
This is the beginning of Kanami's journey as a guitarist. She started to learn the basics by herself without any knowledge or even a band to practice with. At one point, a third-year senior who taught her guitar asked Kanami to join his band composed of classmates. The members gave Kanami songs to learn from bands like Kiss, Metallica, and Deep Purple. But the first song she had to learn was However by Glay. As she was covering more and more songs from Western hard rock bands, Kanami had so much fun that she decided to create her own one-person band, filling all the roles herself. Kanami was not really into the idea of joining as a band, as it's difficult to find one where all the members have the same level of motivation and the same ambitions.
Kanami is very
This is why
motivated.
Kanami started to learn programming and write her own songs so she wouldn't have to rely on a band.
She's
Kanami
so
wanted
driven.
to enroll in a university of music, but she finally followed her parents' wishes and went to a regular university, where she studied economics and management to learn how to promote herself as a professional musician. Even though she was still a student, Kanami worked hard to polish her skills and find her way through the music industry. She built a soundproof room and took singing lessons, even though she didn't really like to sing.
Kanami is so hardworking. I mean, they all are, right? I'm talking about BAND-MAID, but she's just so driven and so hardworking, just like the rest of the group, but even more so. I remember when they were like doing the band camp on when I was watching the members only site that they have, and they uploaded when they were like in a camp trying to record an album, and couple of them were like still sleeping, and Akane was like cooking, and Miku was like recording the vlog or shooting the documentary, the short documentary that they did. And then where's Kanami? She's in the basement on the computer, either writing a song or working on a song. So she's always been really hard worker. I wish I just had like half of the discipline and motivation and just the drive that she has. She's just such an inspiration to a lot of people, I think. And that's why, well, one of the main reasons why I love her.
Kanami also posted a lot of covers on YouTube and Nico Nico, until one day
I wish I could see those
someone
to this day.
finally contacted her.
That Micho bounce. This is so easy for her now.
Kanami's hard work paid off as she was contacted to join a female rock band.
ナミッチョを最初に見つけて、ね、で見つけてもらって声かけてもらって、
どこで見つけんの？
ネットで動画を
Thank you, Internet.
弾いて
Thank
み
you,
たみたい
Miku.
な上げてて、そこから で私がもともとはシンガーソングライターを
So
弾き語
adorable.
りでこう歌いますみたいな
I love her
や
look
ってた
here
んで
in
す
this
けど
era.
バンドじゃなくて
She met with the management who explained the concept and played songs made for the band. For the maid outfits, Kanami had already performed in one during a school culture festival, so it was not a problem for her as she really
She doesn't
liked
care.
the concept.
You can put her in a clown
As for the
outfit
songs,
as long as she's
she found
playing in
that
a
they were
band. She
cool.
doesn't care.
So she immediately said yes. Plus, she always wanted to be a lead guitarist and work with a female lead singer without having to sing. From this moment, Kanami was the first member to join
Yes.
BAND-MAID.
And so it begins. Yes. Ooh, I love that song. So good.
At the beginning, the songs performed by BAND-MAID were sent by external songwriters and selected by the members. After listening to the A-side of BAND-MAID's first single called Ai to Jonetsu no Matadoru,
Yes.
we can imagine that Kanami mentioned her love for Santana, a famous Mexican guitarist, singer, and songwriter. She found Santana thanks to her father's vinyl collection, as he listened mostly to rock from the 70s and the 80s. Kanami was still a novice in songwriting, but she continued to submit her songs anyway. Although it was really hard for her to keep writing all those songs that were never approved.
Yeah, that
Thankfully,
must have been very difficult.
Kanami had the support of Psyche, who encouraged her to continue to write more and more. While performing the
Thank
songs
God for
provided by the
Psyche.
songwriters, Kanami kept on learning and improving until her determination was finally rewarded when, 2 years after their formation, the first ever song written and arranged by BAND-MAID
Yes.
was released.
Such a great song for their debut.
君の中に飛び込んだ複雑な迷路みたいだいつまでたっても抜けられそうにないや
Those melodies are just a killer.
罠にはまってたささかりなにアドブルどうしようもなくてただ泣いた問題だらけで気がめいりそうこのまま何もかも忘れさせておくれ何もかも君が忘れてしまったようなそんな目で私を見ないで That's my life is true 受け入れられたらそれでいいじゃないか 現実からの逃避行さ
Kanami is the
Such a
kind
good
of person
song.
who has to compose all the time.
Yep.
She loves to create new songs and takes requests from the other members when they have an idea. It's even easier for Kanami this way as she doesn't have to start from scratch. When she does, Kanami uses a riff or a melody, writes around it, and sends each part to each member, starting with Misa. There are not a lot of directions for Misa to follow except when Kanami wants her to slap or stand out during a specific part of the song. Misa, being a very fast worker, gets her response to Kanami quickly, which means then Kanami can start programming the drums for Akane. At first, Kanami received a lot of feedback from Akane about the drums being impossible or requiring 5 arms, but with time, she improved her programming
Slave
and wrote
driver
difficult
Konami.
but playable drums with the help of Akane. Let's take Black Hole, for example.
でもあそこは最初もっと難しかったんです。これは無理って言われて代わりに出してもらった別パターンを採用してます。 辛口とか地獄とか名付けられたパターンを送ってもらったんですけど、確か地獄っていうパターンになったんだと思います。
Hell was chosen.
Kanami wanted Black Hole to be the fastest song possible, but also chaotic, which makes it even harder for Akane. With Akane's drums locked in, Kanami can add the guitars and work with Saiki on the lead vocals. The first demo of a song is actually recorded on a piano by Kanami with her voice as the demo for the vocals.
I wanna
so the
hear
song
that.
might change completely when Saiki's voice is added.
That would be awesome to hear.
A part of this process was featured in the BAND-MAID US Tour 2022 documentary, where we can see Kanami presenting her idea for Memorable to Saiki.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
And if you guys don't know yet, Mincho is pitch perfect, so it definitely helps her in writing everybody's parts in. And I think that's also the secret and the reason why there's such a tight-knit group is how they work together. Yeah, Mincho primarily writes the song, right? But there's just so many inputs that she gets from the other members, and that's the thing, going back to that ego thing. Nobody in this band has an ego. Being a main songwriter, Mincho can be like pretty demanding and being like uncompromising, like a lot of other songwriters are, but that's not in Mincho's DNA. She just cares about the end product and everybody being happy and everybody kind of like shining in the song and having their moment to shine during the performance. And that's kind of like how she writes music, and that's just kind of like how they are as a band, and it just kind of like makes everybody happy. Everybody has a contribution to the end product, and nobody really cares who gets what credit, as long as it's all about the song and creating the best music that they can create together, and that's what BAND-MAID does.
For backing vocals, Kanami proposes some of them, Miku and Saiki also propose some others, and finally, their vocal director sometimes gives advice during the recording sessions. The rhythm guitar is something Kanami adds at the end of her writing process. When Miku has to sing, her part is, of course, simplified, but Kanami doesn't think much about this when composing. Talking about Miku, Kanami's way of writing is totally different when she writes a song for Miku, like Sayonakadori. Even though Kanami adopts her writing to Miku's voice, she wants Miku to grow as a singer, so she is always trying to challenge her.
Just always pushing
この最後は
everyone
変えてほしい
to
って
do
小鳩
better,
に言
get
われたの
better.
で、ちょっと成長の意味も込めて変えたら、最初高くて出るかわかんないって言われちゃって、頑張れって。
Go for it! You can do it, Miku! Yes, she can! Thank God for Kanami just constantly challenging her bandmates to just get better.
Kanami has had a lot of different guitars over the years. She has used a Flying V, a Les Paul, and Strat-style guitars. Her first collaboration was with a Dictone, when Kanami was officially endorsed by the brand on May 21st, 2016. Kanami even had her own signature model, the Dictone Modern Series 2.8 Signature, in two colors, red and green.
Beautiful, beautiful
But there
guitars.
is one brand that we are used to seeing Kanami with for a few years now. Paul Reed Smith Guitars, or PRS.
But yet, she doesn't have her own signature model. What's up with that, PRS? Get on it. This lady deserves her own custom model. I mean, a dictone, for crying out loud, made her one or two of them. What's taking you so long? I mean, what's it gonna take for her to get her own models? Get on it.
Beginning of 2017, KANAMI switched from a dictone to PRS, which was not leaving her previous endorser in good terms with BAND-MAID's management, who was accused of forcing KANAMI to switch to PRS guitars. For the release of their first major album called Just Bring It, BAND-MAID recorded the
Love that
music
album.
video of Don't You Tell Me, where we can see KANAMI playing with a brand new PRS 408 Fire Red Burst, borrowed from a guitarist amongst BAND-MAID staff. One thing for sure, KANAMI fell in love with PRS guitars.
These
も
like
う
their
ファー
best
ストタ
video.
ッチでうわ弾きやすい手に吸い付くってなって、で音的にも特徴的なサウンドじゃないですか。私は特徴が欲しかったんですよね、バンドメイドに。ただ PRS ってしっかり弾かないとちゃんと鳴らないギターなので、今でも結構苦戦してるところがあるんですけど、でもこの PRS を使いこなせるようになったら、きっとどのギターでも使いこなせると思ったので PRS にしました。これだとなりました。直感だったと思います。音も弾き心地もこれがいい。でもしっかり弾かないと音が鳴らないみたいな。難しいけど、でもこれっていう感じでした。
Mincho comes from her username from the time she posted videos online, which was KANAMINCHO. Incho is a suffix to give a cute feel to a name that usually ended with a vowel I. This is how KANAMI chose the nickname KANAMINCHO, then shortened into Mincho. It has been mentioned multiple times by the members that KANAMI has a switch when she is playing guitar.
ライブお給仕の時にギターを持ってこうお給仕に臨むと、なんだかこう人格が変わるというか、少しオラオラ系になるみたいで、
急に変わって、すごいこうやってきますよ。
マジで
このKANAMIがギター持ってこうやってやってきますから、
急に小鳩のマイク奪ってちょっと話したりとかする時とかもあって、小鳩メンバーたちもすごいびっくりしちゃうみたいな時があります。
そんな身内もびっくりするぐらいなんだ。
まあでも打ち合わせとか全くなしで、そうなんですか。
その時はトランス状態みたいな感じっ
That's
ぽくて、
She
私
goes in a
何やって
trance
た
like
っていうのがあって、
when she's
今日は
playing
ね
music.
シンバルをかかと落とししてたみたいな。
This moment can be seen when the camera is on KANAMI right after a short pose. KANAMI enters in Mincho mode to focus on her music. Sometimes, Mincho becomes out of control, and it looks like this.
What a fucking rock star, right? What a moment! I would love to have seen this. She doesn't do this anymore. I wish she would have. Such a badass moment. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Hendrix when she goes off the rail like this. Here comes the axe kick. So adorable and badass at the same time.
ミンチョはじゃあ最初にサイちゃんに会った時の印象、ミンチョは
記憶あるとこからでいいよ。
記憶あるところから
いや記憶ないかもしれないからと
記憶があるところだとぶっちゃけるとあーちゃんが最初にサイちゃんサイちゃんのことを先にあーちゃんが会ってたから多分KANAMIは嫌いなタイプの人だと思うって言われてた。
あったね。
結構それ言ってたね最初。
そうだからすごいビクビクしながら会ってこの人かみたいな。でも話したらあれ普通
普通に話せるってなって、どっちだってなって。
Since Kanami met with Saiki, she can't stop showing how much she loves and admires her. It started with the first music video of Don't You Tell Me, where the personality
I love
of
this
each
music
member
video.
is highlighted for the first time.
I think it's
Since
one of their
then,
best music
she's
videos,
always
if not.
showing her support to Saiki during live performances.
私はすごくボーカルの最近のことが大好きなので、はい、一緒にアコースティックでこうできて。いいんだよ、そんなこと言わなくて。
Thank you for translating this moment. I have seen this clip so many times, but I don't know what Mincho was saying, but I just know that Saiki's like, okay, you don't have to talk about that, but that's kind of like what they were talking about. Just so interesting.
It's so cute.
That's what she wanted. Her face. Picture.
はい。主敵です。
Sai-chan's number one fan, Mincho.
It's been something used by the members for years during MCs. Sometimes, those moments are very sweet.
This is like her birthday, right?
And
Komato's so
sometimes
embarrassed.
it gives us a memorable moment.
I remember this.
KANAMI is Japanese hentai.
Saiki also likes to play this card with Kanami during songs for some funny stage interactions. One thing for sure,
so cool.
With these two on stage, you can expect a lot of emotions coming through their performance as they adore those special moments with just the two of them.
Such a beautiful moment, this acoustic performance.
Check me out as I do. I hope in you. 月影に隠れた手の夕日見た明けない夜なんてあげあくりありえないことと分かってても浮かぶ痛み守ったどんなに埋めようとしても脱ぎはNo other 見えない
The glances that Mincho gives Sai-chan. If that's not love, I don't know what is.
形にとらわれてばかりで言葉を探し迷うよりも今はただ抱きしめてもう一度だけ願うほどなんてこんなどうにも
Music has been a part of Kanami's life since her childhood, and even if her passion for the guitar started late, Kanami worked hard to master the instrument, songwriting, and song production. Since that moment, every decision she made helped shape the passionate guitarist that we know today. Always impressive when she's on stage with her ability to convey emotions through her guitar, Kanami has moved a lot of fans over the years. From a try-it-all to a do-it-all, Kanami always had the ambitions to break through the music industry. And by joining BAND-MAID, she was able to improve her play, learn from professional songwriters, and pursue her dream. Thanks to her BAND-MAID support, Kanami continued to write song after song until they were approved by the management. And since 2016, she is the genius who writes BAND-MAID's music.
Yes.
Improving and evolving song after song, exploring new territories, challenging her bandmates and herself by making songs that sound good instead of being just
So
easy to play.
intense.
でもとにかく音楽には一生関わっていたいなっていうメンバーたちなんですよ、一人一人が。だからそれこそこれから10年後にどうなっているかは正直わからないし、5年後だって見当もつかないんですけど、音楽では絶対つながっていたいって思うメンバーたちですね。もうこのバンド、このメンバーが大好きすぎて、このメンバーと離れるのが絶対嫌だって思うんです。この先も少し立ち止まるような時が来るかもしれないですけど、このメンバーたちに囲まれているからこそ自分は続けられているというか、続けることを目的に続けてきたわけじゃなくて、本当に気づいたら続けられていたっていう感じで入れているのは今のメンバーだからなんだなって思います。
Kanami's path has never been an easy one, but she managed to keep moving forward, destroying every obstacle in her way. Even when she is tired to the point of where she can't barely stand, Kanami will always give everything on stage with the biggest smile. She is a mixture of passion, energy, and joy, who is and always will be full of surprises.
She's a ray of sunshine.
Kanami, the genius composer.
I'd never seen that one before. Wow. That last part kind of got to me a little bit, just a little bit. That's the thing with Kanami. She's my rock goddess. She's my favorite guitarist slash songwriter. No one I've been around for a while. Nobody has ever made me cry as much as she has with her composition. Her solo just gets to me most of the time, and I can just really feel her music. You know what I mean? That's what makes Kanami to me the best. Not only is she's really good at songwriting and playing the guitar, but she has the ability to kind of like make you feel what she's feeling. And yeah. Anyway, I want to say thank you to Orange and Casper and the rest of the crew for making another beautiful documentary and doing a great job featuring, highlighting Kanami and the rest of the girls. And I just want to say thank you. This is another good one. Really enjoyed watching it and brought back a lot of memories. And just kind of like reinforces why I love her so much and why she is to me so inspiring. How she ended up who she is and how she was, how she started. It's just such a source of inspiration to me. I admire her so much. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far after like over 30 minutes, thank you. And I'll see you guys on my next reaction video. Take care.